Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounded. Test, test, test. Alright, I'm about to send this link out, then we'll go ahead and get started, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Let me know how the mic sounded. Let me know how the audio sounded. So we got a few sets we're looking at. We was looking at a retest right here, but off the London session open, we can see GJ's pushing. If y'all did not watch the Sunday chart analysis yet, make sure to check that out. Like I always tell y'all, it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. I was looking for a setup here, but as you see off the London open, we're shooting up. So we're simply just going to wait for a retest. We're either going to wait for the price to retest 214.15, or we're going to look for the BCR 214.40. We're also going to be looking at possible gold and NAS buys, but we still just got a little bit of work to do on those. So we're just going to keep it on GJ and see how price reacts right here. Like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's happened to the music. Let me try to fix the music really quick. There we go. So again, y'all, we didn't take the setup because right off the London Open, it took off without us. So we're simply just waiting for either price to retest this level or BCR 214.40, look for buys there. But it is going as projected, so we're just watching to see how it plays out, as well as how we're going to react to this level here and this level there. We're also paying attention, looking for possible gold and NAS100 buys, but as you can see, we just need gold to come to one of our levels, and then NAS, we're waiting to see if we can BCR here as well. We're going to be looking to see if we can BCR maintain 24,980 as support. If so, we can look for buys going to 25.70. That's what we're looking at with NAS, and that's what we're looking at with gold and GJ. Like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost at 5,200 subscribers. We can get to that easy. They got new videos dropping for y'all today as well. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. But let's see how this next 15 plays out right here. This is another example of why I always talk about I don't breakout trade. I like to wait for the BCR to break close retest. Because imagine if we would have FOMO try to jump in this setup just because price broke the level. We would have took a loss for no reason. So this is why I always tell you want to wait for the retest. So GJ's still pushing. So we're just going to let GJ do his thing, and then gold's still chilling right here. Again, as far as today is concerned, we don't have any news popping off today. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. But yeah, but since NAS rejected that level and gold's still not by our levels, we're just going to watch GJ right here. And we're going to wait to see how price reacts to these next levels right here. Again, like always, y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. We need to look at any charts, drop in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. What's going on, new? I see you up in here. Again, y'all, those are joining the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This popped off as soon as London Open happened. We was looking for a retest here, but it closed above and it took off. So we're simply about to see how price reacts to this level here. But we did talk about this during the Sunday chart analysis last night. So if you have not watched the Sunday chart analysis after this live is over, make sure to check it out. But yeah, right now we're just watching this right here. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. As far as how we did last week, we went 4-1. Really, we went 5-0, but I didn't close on TP1 on GU, so I count that as a loss. I'm pretty sure other people didn't close on TP1 either. But we went 4-1 last week, which is not bad at all. Caught a 1.5 RR Monday, took a L Tuesday, then took a trade Wednesday, then took a W on Thursday, and then we took 2 trades on Friday to wrap up the week. Just picking up where we left off. As far as how we did the week before that, this is the first week of April. As far as how we did quarter 1, I keep on forgetting. Damn, quarter 1. January 120-3, February 19-3, March 19-3, giving the 58 wins, 9 losses, giving us an 87% win rate, 228,000 pips caught. But yeah, GJ's pushing hard right now. Gold's still kind of napping right here. We're about to see what this next 15 looks like right here, though. We got NAS pushing back up also. But we do have our alerts, so we're not going to miss anything regardless. But let's see what GJ does this next 15. So again, we're either going to look for price to retest 214.15 or BCR 214.40, but we're looking for buys nonetheless. Just picking up where we left off last week. Again, this is the buy setup we took on Friday, and then this is the buy setup we took on Thursday. And we had news on 8:30. What was it, yesterday? No, was it Friday or was it Thursday? Let's see. It might have been both days. Let me see. Yeah, so we had 8:30 news on Friday. And the news, again, did we get fucked up during the news when we took the setup? No. Right, so again, when you understand the flow of price, and you always go with the flow of price, when the volume kicks in, it's going to go in your direction more times than not. We're about to see what NAS100 and GJ got in store for us. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Got some new posts lined up for y'all today. A price reactor when it hit this level, y'all. Yeah, look, as soon as it tapped the level, how price reacted. This is exactly why we entered X off these levels. Look at the push at this level. Look at the rejection off this level. Just like we see right here. New 5-minute just popped up as well. So again, what we're going to be looking for is to see if we can BCR or if we're going to look for a retest right here. Either way, we're looking for buys though. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. About a minute. Again, look how price is reacting to this level right here. So again, while everybody else is trading and you're getting shocked or surprised by the next retracement to the upside or downside, which is when people talk about the buyers or sellers are kicking in, all it simply is price reacting to levels. And so what we do is we use that to our advantage, right? We use the momentum to enter and exit trades to our advantage. So we know the best place to enter and exit at, as well as when a rejection does take place or could potentially take place, we're not shocked or surprised by it. But yeah, so NAS rejected, so we're just gonna let NAS do its thing. Again, if our confirmations are met, we don't take the setup. Very simple. So from this point, we're gonna be waiting to see what price does next. Again, if y'all got any questions, drop in the chat and I got y'all. Appreciate those that like the live. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you have not already. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. But yeah, there was still some smooth sets we took last week. But again, if y'all saw the Sunday chart analysis, a lot of the charts, market structure wise, are a little funky right now. That doesn't mean there won't be any setups, because obviously we see the setup playing out right here today as well. But it just requires a little bit more patience and a little bit more pickiness when it does come to the setups we take. Gold's waking up a little bit, but we still got some work to do. So again, with gold, we're looking for buys. So we're either gonna look for price to retest 47.12, or if we could BCR 47.48, we could look for buys going to the highs right here. New 5 minute about to pop up in a little bit. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. But again, look how our price is reacting here. Let's go to a smaller time frame so I can get a closer look. So we're just waiting to see if we can hold this level as support, or if we're gonna retest this level. Yeah, it's just how our price is reacting to this level right here. So I'm gonna slide this over for now. I might time the stop loss. That's a decent stop loss. So we see GJ still rejecting this level right here. This is what NAS is looking like. NAS is still chilling right underneath this level as well. And then gold slowly making its way. So again, y'all, we're either gonna look for price to BCR 214.40 or we're gonna look for a retest here at 214.15. Let's see if we can close and hold this level at support right here. So we're looking to see if we can BCR and maintain 24.980 as support right here. Again, look at how price is reacting to this level. This is how it be sometimes, though. Sometimes price will constantly tap that level. You just gotta wait for your confirmations, right? I was just talking to a member student about this yesterday during a one-on-one session. We can see what price is going to do. We can know what we're looking for, but it doesn't mean at that very moment price is going to do that. You can see that clearly in the Sunday chart analysis. If you're a member student, Playmakers, you see that during the New York price watch list. Like, we see it all the time. That's why I get to have these alerts, and you simply just have to watch and wait for price to show us when he's ready to make the move. All right, like even with this GJ said, let's say we would have even took this trade, we wouldn't have made any money. We would have been flickering. We would have even been flickering in and out. We would have been deep drawdown, right? So again, there's never a rush to take a setup. Same thing with this NAS setup. We would have got whipped out, took a loss. If we would have entered here again, we'd be in drawdown at potential risk of taking a loss again. All right, y'all, still gonna be on the charts, but price is just ranging right now, so I'm just gonna wait for my alerts to go off before I take a setup. But like always, if you don't see a setup or take a setup, I should say between now and 6 a.m., just wait till 8 o'clock, 9:30. Again, it is a Monday. There is no news today, so we're just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Now, GJ did do a nice setup. This is not the right week. Let's go to the right week. There we go. Now, GJ did do a nice setup, but missed it, is what it is. So I'm just going to wait for the next setup. But it is Monday. There's plenty of time throughout the day and the week for his setup. And we're still up for the month, so ain't no tripping. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month, last quarter. As soon as I say the outro, it looks like Nas is about to try to do something. So I might just stay on to this next 15 and see what happens. But they're probably still just dancing here. I'm just gonna end it after this next 15. Let's see if it does something. Because it be happening a lot. Like as soon as I end the live, like 30 minutes later, I take a setup and I'm like, that's hilarious. This would have looked good if we were still in a live stream. But like I say, like I really don't be at my computer just staring at the charts all day. I only just do this for the live stream so I can see the realistic side of trading. But it looks like we might try to see something a little bit. So again, look how many times prices react to this level. So I'm just waiting for price to turn into a support. So I'll stay on to this next 15. If we're still arranging, I'm just gonna wrap up after this 15 is over. Shout out to those that's still in here. I know a bunch of people hopped off, but you know, I was doing the outro, but we're gonna stay on. It's all good. It's all good. If y'all got any questions, y'all can drop them in the chat though. But not, we're just gonna keep on watching, y'all. Got some new posts a lot for y'all today. Make sure you be able to look out for that. And again, Instagram, I don't really have to worry about Instagram yet because Instagram be tripping with the algorithm. They do not be showing me no love with Instagram. But if you do see my post, it is different from TikTok. All right, they also don't be pushing things out if y'all don't be liking my posts. Y'all be seeing my posts, like it, you know, like it. I don't know why y'all don't be doing that. Shout out to those that be doing it. But if y'all be getting DMs on TikTok, make sure it is my actual page. They have somehow figured out how to get the same username as me. I did not think that was possible. I thought that was the whole point of having a username, but they figured it out somehow. I don't know how, but I would never DM you first unless you comment Playmaker or Playbook underneath one of my posts. And if I ever do DM you first, look at the bio. If it does not have my links in the bio, red flag. If it does not have my link in the bio, or if it's another page that doesn't have my main page tagged in the bio, that is a red flag. If I'm asking you about business or crypto flips, that is a red flag, right? I only talk about my programs, which is the Advanced Play Signal Room, Playmaker University, one-on-one sessions. If I'm talking about anything outside of those, that is not me. All right, but if you ever want to double check, you can DM me and I'll let you know if that was me messaging you or not. But if I message you, well, it's not me, but if it looks like it's me messaging you and it says for you to follow back, that is also a red flag, because why would I follow you first and then message you first? All right, so make sure to pay attention to those things. I don't want y'all to get finessed. I don't want y'all to throw y'all's money away. So just keep that in mind. And again, if y'all want to double check with me, y'all can always double check with me. But those are telltale signs if you're talking to me or if you're talking to some loser scammer on the internet. Pushing back above as well. So again, with GJ, we're going to be looking to see if price is either going to retest 214.15, or if we can BCR maintain 214.40 as support, we can look for buys going to 214.60. So that's what we're looking for right here with GJ. NAS100, we rejected that level again. So we're just going to pay attention to GJ and NAS right here, y'all. We're just going to pay attention to GJ and NAS right here. And look how GJ is reacting to this level. So you see how I closed, did a retest. So now we're going to look to see if we can continue to push up right here. Am I in GJ? No, I am not. All right. So for those that are new to the lives, you'll be able to know if I'm in a trade because I purposely put the thing to the right. If I'm in a trade, I'm gonna put it on top of the candles, right? So I purposely have it to the right because these are just trade ideas. Every time I'm on the charts, before I take a setup, before I go live, I already know what my game plan is. I know what my bias is. I know where I plan to take trades at, my entry, my SL and TP. So then all I'm doing now is just showing y'all how the markets move and also showing y'all what I'm waiting for, which is the confirmations, right? Now, GJ literally just did this right here, so I'm not in this trade yet. I might take it though, but as of right now, I'm not, because price literally just broke that point right there. Let's see how it reacts right here, y'all. Let's see how it reacts right here. Yeah, but you'll know I'm in a trade when I move it on top of the candlesticks. And there were big ass gaps to start off the week too, which kind of throws things off also, but give me 1 second. We might jump in this in a second. I like how this is looking. Yeah, that thing is moving. Yeah, I like this right here. Again, I would have took the setup below, but it took off as soon as market opened, so I just missed it. So I'm really watching to see if we can hold this right here, but we might jump in this in a little bit. Go slowly pushing up. NAS is still just chilling right here, so we're gonna leave these two alone. But we might jump in this. I want to see if we can hold this right here though. We just broke above it, so I want to see if we can hold before we jump into it. And also, we already did a big ass move already too, so y'all know how I be feeling about big moves happening for New York session. And we did not retest this level, so I want to make sure we can hold this, because I'm the type of trader, I don't like jumping into trades over and over again. I don't like doing that shit. I might re-enter once, but I don't like jumping into trades over and over again. So I want to make sure we're going to hold this level instead of trying to retest this level first. Because the price is going to show we're trying to retest this level first before we take off. I might as well just wait for the retest down here, then take a buy setup, versus getting wicked out here, then trying to find a setup here. So we're going to see how this 5 minute closes, but I don't like how this is looking right here. And meanwhile, gold and NAS are kind of just chilling, so we're going to keep it right here. I want to see how this next 5 minute looks. Let's see how this next 5 minute looks. I'm liking this right here though. Yeah, I like this setup here. I like this setup here. Yeah, we're gonna jump in this. Yeah, I like this setup here. I like it right here. Like I said, if we reject this level, it could try to retest because we didn't really retest this level. We just opened up on the London session, open, took off. So do keep that in mind with this setup, but buys is still valid either way. But yeah, so we're gonna take a buy setup here. We're gonna take a buy setup here. And we're not going to touch NAS or gold until New York session. Again, y'all, if y'all want to take a setup between now and 6 a.m., just wait for 8 o'clock, 9:30, and look for a setup. And that's what it looks like is going to have to take place with NAS and gold. It looks like they're going to be kind of chilling here until pre-New York, which is absolutely fine. We're just going to let NAS and gold do its thing. I will put my alert back down here because this is a valid buy setup here as well. So we can look for possible buys here also. So again, as far as NAS100 is concerned, we're going to be looking for buys. Now we could look for buys down here, but really a lot of these charts did some nasty things last week, and not in a good way, right? So we're going to the negative chart of NAS100. That thing reversed, and I've just been waiting for the market structure to adjust itself, right? So we go to the, let's get rid of this shit right here. All right, cool. Right, so like when we look right here, this was Monday last week. So prior to Monday last week, if I bought a replay, right, prior to Monday last week, we had the downtrend, right? But then 2 weeks ago, we had price just reverse, right? So again, this was Monday the 30th, Tuesday the 31st, price reversed. And then last week, price reversed as well, right? It literally just flew all last week. So we haven't really had any like retracements take place. So we are bullish, but I'd much rather see a higher low first before I go for a buy setup. Which is why we didn't really talk about NAS100 last week, because if I don't like what I see, I'm not going to take a setup. That's just how I like to go about it. And they're kind of the same thing with GU. So it's going to be interesting. But if we can't break back above that level there, I'm definitely not against looking for buys. But as we can see, price has kind of just been chilling right here. So we're just going to let NAS do its thing. But if we can BCR and maintain 24,980 as support, we could look for buys going to 2570, possibly filling this gap up all the way at 25,190. So we're going to be looking for this to possibly happen New York session. We'll see what happens 8 o'clock, 9:30. Then gold, we're going to be looking for buys as well. So we're either going to look for price to retest 47.12 and maintain that as support, or if we can BCR 47.50 and hold that support, we can look for buys going to 47.80, 47.82. So that's what's going on with NAS100 and gold. GJ is retesting again. So it was a little bit of an aggressive setup, but it's retesting this level. But again, we're going to hold the SRTV gets hit. And like I said, if we fail to hold this level here, it might try to retest this level down here. Because same thing with GJ's, did a big ass move already for the day, and it kind of did some wonkiness. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened over the weekend. But it kind of had some wonkiness, and then the gap did just get filled up as well. But we're still going to hold the SRTV gets hit right here. Yeah, we're going to let the markets do what the markets are going to do. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free student free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Last month we went 19-3, catching 48,945 pips. Last quarter We went 58 wins, 9 losses, giving us 87% win rate. Last week we went 4-1, giving us 80% win rate. The week before that, we went like 5. Hold on. Oh, that's what I did. I did the monthly recap instead of the weekly recap last week. That's what I did. But you can see the 2 weeks ago we went 5-2, 5-2 the week before that, 5-0 the week before that, 5-0 the week before that. So we literally averaged 3 to 4 losses per month, and we literally averaged 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. So make sure to check all this stuff out, y'all. When you go to subscribers or 4 years worth of receipts, you go to photos, you can see screenshots, positions, screenshots of signals, and student results and testimonials. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. We should be going live later on TikTok. I'll let y'all know, of course, when we do go live and if we do go live. But make sure I have y'all's noties on. And I got some posts lined up for y'all today on Instagram and TikTok, as well as on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna let these do their thing. And again, this is why I don't really like the breakout trade, because again, this is another time where if we would have broke out traded, we would have got a stop loss hit for no reason, right? Within this live stream, there have been 3 different times if we would have broke out traded or put a buy limit, we would have took a loss for no reason, right? You'll always see a lot more success when you wait for the retest versus just breakout trading. But yeah, so we're gonna let GJ do his thing. Like always, we're gonna hold to SRTB gets hit. We're right at our level right here though, so we're gonna wait to see what the markets do right here. Again, if it rejects this level, it's gonna try to retest this level right here, because it already did a big ass move for today. And one thing about big moves happening for New York session, you hear me talk about this a lot as well, is we're either going to see price retrace or consolidate. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen during New York session or pre-New York. Hold on, let me go to a naked chart. I went to the wrong chart. Hold on a second, go to a naked chart right here. All right, so we get rid of all this stuff right here. Again, this is the daily time frame. So we can see that prices already did a move similar to the move it did on Friday. And it's did all this literally just London. I mean, actually, it's not even just Tokyo session, because it did do a decent move. Yeah, I think it's rejected. We're gonna still hold that SRT if it gets hit though. But it did a decent move during the London session as well. So again, we're gonna hold the SRT if it gets hit, but if it does reject, it's gonna try to retest this level down here at 214.15. Just like we see gold rejecting. So all these charts are kind of rejecting right now. So we're just gonna let them do their thing. But yeah, that's what's going on with these charts right now currently, y'all. But again, it's the beginning of the week. Not gonna force setups. So we're gonna just let NAS and gold do his thing until New York session. And then we're gonna hold this setup to SRTB gets hit. Gave it a decent stop loss. So if it does reject, it's because it's gonna go to these levels below. Make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis as well, y'all, if y'all haven't already. Like I always tell you on the Sunday, even though it says Sunday chart analysis, it does not just go over price doing Sunday night. It goes over what I see price doing, not just Sunday night, but throughout the entire week. Check out last week's Sunday chart analysis. You'll see a lot of charts end up going as projected, not just Sunday night and Monday, but throughout the entire week. And you'll see this every time I do the Sunday chart analysis. Also, make sure to catch up to the videos on the playlist. All playlists are up to date. But yeah, so we're gonna let this 15 wrap up, and then I'm going to get my tea off the stove, and we're just gonna let this do its thing. Let's see how this candlestick closes. We're back above the zone. Do 15 about to pop up in about 35 seconds. If we can close above here, that would be a good sign. If we can see a push happen. We're just gonna have to wait and see though. Yeah, so we're just chilling on this level right here. About to see if it's going to push back up. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. I do got to knock out a couple things before the day gets started. But I want to show y'all how this is playing out as well before I hop off. Well, damn, I'm offended, y'all. The only question that is live was when we entered the trade. So I hope y'all be learning shit in these live streams. Because sometimes, like, damn, nobody be saying shit. But, you know, I be explaining this shit, so I take no questions as a good sign as well. But, again, if y'all got questions, that's what these live streams are for. But, yeah, so we're going to let this play out, y'all. Again, we're going to hold to SRT because here we're simply waiting to see if we're going to hold this level of support, keep on pushing, or it's literally going to do one of two things. It's either going to consolidate here and then push up and do the move we're looking for, or it's going to retest this level, and then we'll see what happens when we retest this level here. That's pretty much the only two things that are going to take place right here. It did do a nice move here, but again, missed the setup. It took off as soon as London session open happened. So we're in this setup right here. And then NAS and gold aren't doing a damn thing. So if we was to take a setup, it'd be only this setup anyways. So we're going to let this play out, and then we're back to New York session to see what NAS and gold's up to, as well as see what this is going to be doing after the fact. But again, y'all, if y'all don't see any setups between now and 6 a.m., just wait for 8 o'clock, 9:30 open. And yeah, we're going to let this thing play out, see what it does. Y'all find out later on today how it plays out, or if you pay attention to the charts, you can see how this plays out as well. All right, peace, we out.